you are a feminist and you still are.
It's not even a question of the wrongness or the rightness of this conversation. Like, I don't even want to get into whether it is wrong for somebody to consider, a future partner in making decisions or whether it is right. I'm more interested in how significant it is in the grand scheme of things.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the F and J podcast.
Go on
with
Continue.
What expect. Welcome, people.
So my name is Feminism and my name is Adejoke. I am the F, she's the J, and on this podcast we try to let you let you in on our private discussions on
Are these conversations private?
I mean, they're usually private. Sorry, so private.
What did you have?
So they're usually private, but now we are letting you in on them. We're making them public. So we talk about faith, lifestyle, adulting,
all of that.
Yeah. So welcome back.
Welcome. Please, if you're joining us for the first time, Adejoke, like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on post notification is 5. Turn on post notification so that you do not miss out on any of our future posts.
We are on social media, so please follow us. Thank you.
Do you know the meme that came to my mind?
What meme?
That meme that there's one boy that I don't.
Like he's hungry.
Anyway, Shanu. What are we talking about today? What's on your mind? Let's start from there.
So this is a very big one for me because so we want to discuss feminism. Like now this is a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
For several reasons that I will not mention, but I want to ask, like, if you have doubts about feminism today, are you justified in having those doubts? If you decide that I want to just stay away from feminism, are you justified in doing that? And I'm saying it because I never liked.
You used to be a feminist.
No, not really. I didn't get down with the label.
But I used to be like an ally,
I got the point of it.
Yeah.
I knew what it stood for, what it represented, but these days I don't know what it stood for, what it stands for again.
Yeah.
And I'm asking, like, if you say, I don't get what this thing stands for now, are you justified in saying I'm not with you guys? And that's what I want to talk about today. So I know you are a feminist. And you still are. Yeah. So I want to just ask you a few questions on in light of what I've said.
Yeah.
So if someone comes to you today and tells you that they think that feminism has gotten vile, bitter, resentful, what would you say? What would your response?
That's putting me on the spot. I think the conversations these days have become a lot more. I feel like using the word sensitive might be an abuse of the word sensitive. But I think it's right now or these days, especially on Twitter, because many of these conversations that we're talking about is not even the general feminism discourse. It's usually like those conversations that happen on Twitter, right? And I think they have gotten really off point or off track or confusing. Yeah, sometimes even I see some takes and I'm like, no. Was there a summit where we agreed that this is what we stand for now, right? So I think it is justifiable for people who are questioning, who are unsure right now, as it is for most ideologies, really. Like, it's okay for you to get to a point where, whether based on what you are seeing, what you are hearing, what your experiences are, you are questioning. But I think your earlier question about to stay against or to stay off.
Just like you want to just stay away.
We want to stay away. I think that I have an opinion about it, because I feel there would always be multiple voices. And the way culture is and the way culture is shaped is that the louder voice often is taken to be the law or the... But that it is the louder voice does not mean that it's the voice that is saying the truth. Yeah. And you see, the way to deal with that kind of voice is not to keep quiet. It's for you to, in many cases, also amplify your voice.
Now, I'm saying, like, I think this is meant to be the job of the people who believe that, those who are feminists, who acknowledge that there are kinds of feminists that do not represent what we represent.
Yeah.
I think it's their job to, like, speak up and speak out and call out those, like, bad forms of feminism. So I'm asking, like, for the good faith onlooker, like someone who's just like, who's just considering, who's looking at the feminine, like, they can't really say anything, like they don't really know what it is in the first place.
Especially because they probably even haven't formed their own opinion on the subject.
But for people who, for example, someone like you, if you see someone say something horrible on Twitter, something like clearly targeted against men.
Yeah.
Because these days feminism is like anything that's against men.
Yes.
So if a man offends, all the race of men must take the blame. I mean, it's I think it's awful.
I think where
it's really awful, and all the sad is that people are not speaking up. I mean, the feminist people who say feminism is this and that, they don't really call out these errors or these resentful versions of feminism, and that's my issue. So but I'm glad that you acknowledge that. I mean, it is actually a reality.
It is. I have seen. I'm trying to even pinpoint specific conversations, but
so there was a recent one with, I think, Jemima Sunday, where she said she wanted to get a 10-year passport, and then she decided to get a 5-year passport because she had marriage in view. And then one idiot, sorry, but she's an idiot.
Language.
Yeah, sorry, she's an idiot. One idiot said that she wonders if a man would make a decision like that for a woman. Like, a man would decide to say, like, he wanted to get a 10-year passport, and then because he thinks
I might be married.
That won't apply because men don't change their name, so that won't be a problem for them. For example, you want to get a new apartment, but you'd have gotten like maybe a smaller room, like a room and a parlor, but you have a marriage in view, you would decide to get
a bigger
apartment. So that's like deciding with a
marriage
woman
in view.
So why would you? So I think my issue with today's these idiots, I'm sorry, it's just that they generalize. Yeah, because it's painful.
Yeah.
I believe that feminism is actually has a good point. Like, there's a point of it, but these particular people are just...
So there are two things that you have said. There's a part of feminists, like other feminists speaking up. Yes. And I think that's important, really. It's unfortunate, like, I'm not a Twitter person. I've tried.
I'm not too, but I'm there more than you are.
Yeah, you are. And I think most of the interesting conversation that I have gone to see is because you send me, a link to go on. But yeah, ultimately, I think that because it's not even a question of the wrongness or the rightness of this conversation. Like, I don't even want to get into whether it is wrong for somebody to consider, a future partner in making decisions or whether it is right. I'm more interested in how significant it is in the grand scheme of things. How important is that to the overall feminist conversation? Because there are all experiences are important, or they are important, but some are more pressing than others. Whether you have 10 years, and feminism again is all about choice. So I think the part that
that's the irony.
The part that I find really bizarre when I see them is when certain feminists start to speak down, condescend on other women who are making other choices. Now, whether or not you agree with their choices, the sole aim of feminism is that they are in a position where they are able to make informed choices. You may not agree with the choice. You probably would not be making the choices that they are making. but they have the free will. They are able. They are not making the choices because that's all that is available to them. Other things are available to them, and they are making a choice. They are not deciding because they had no choice. They are deciding because they could choose. Jemima could choose. It's not because she didn't have the money and she needed a man, or she needed a man to sign if she's going to get 10 years. No. It's that she would rather this. So I don't think that it should have been such a blown up conversation about a woman making, a choice that she's able to. However, I want to speak to the whole idea of people saying, and then I need to remove myself or look away.
Sorry. Before you say that, I want to say that I think it might be a symptom of the general underlying what's the word? Say ideology or thought behind feminism. If people respond that way,
how
do you think? So if someone sees the Jemima's case and she responds the way she responded, and she had most people's support, most feminist support, could it be? Yeah,
how
most.
Did we judge most?
Okay, let me. She had like some feminists. There's some people that rallied behind her, but Twitter.
But Twitter is not the world. Like, there are so many other feminists doing the actual work on the field.
Feminists are actually more online, right?
That's debatable.
We can debate that, but we can make an argument for.
Because the leaders of feminism, you would not find them. Okay, so first of all, who are the leaders of feminism?
Twitter, I don't know. I don't know who they are, but I think if some people who we identify to be like
a quick question.
Voices,
who are the people
I don't know.
that?
I don't know.
So that there's also a challenge there.
I really don't know
who do we look up to? Who are these people that have platforms or that have done work? And this is not just about talking.
Maybe we should think about that. Like, we should know, like,
who are the people that were.
I know CNN, for example.
Of course, we know CNN.
But CNN is not active. I don't think she has a voice
on Twitter.
She doesn't even speak of feminism these days. I don't know if she does.
Why did you say that?
I don't know if she does. If she speaks on the subject these days.
Of feminism.
Yes.
She speaks on the subject of women emancipation almost on anything that she has to speak in. She finds a way to speak about it.
I've not heard anything from her recently.
Oh, really?
So, have you?
Actively, no. I think most of the people I've seen.
I think
she's writing though, because I remember the last interview of her that I saw. She said she was writing, working on a new novel.
I think she became withdrawn since the
death of her parents.
Not even that. There was one time where she was catching the flag for. I think she was not supporting. So she was like saying women are not trans women or something like that. She caught
but that's a long time ago. She had spoken a lot.
Then she has not been as active.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
because I remember this conversation that I thought that's a long time ago. That's before
but since then I've not
COVID.
seen her. I've not heard her say anything.
Oh, I have. I have. And I think that she has delved into talking about other things like religion. I think her parents' death also
I think she's more withdrawn from feminism than she was.
I wouldn't say withdrawn, really. But now I have to.
It appears that she's more withdrawn.
Well, the appearance of a thing so does not really.
Yeah, it appears that she's more withdrawn because you can visibly say some years before she was quite.
I think she's speaking more
she was making very strong claims on this, but these days she's more careful.
I'm going to have to look into that because I haven't really
I'm just speculating too. I'm just saying based on my experience.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say about the kind of feminism that is making waves is also that I agree with you that other people who do not think in that way need to speak up more. And I think it's also a call for anybody I believe anybody who's going to have a public opinion on any issue should endeavor to. You should be curious enough about it because there's a difference between asking questions and sharing what you're thinking about from being assertive on a position that you are not informed on. So I think anybody who's going to share public opinion on some of these sensitive subjects should at least attempt to learn about them. we don't have, there's not enough time on this podcast today, at least, to start talking about like all the tenets of feminism and how there are different sects, as it is with most ideologies. You will always find some people on the extreme, but the soul of, we know that the soul of, you know, feminism and what it stands for is that women should have options, women should have a voice, women should have dignity and right and agency that men have always enjoyed. And this was not, you know, necessarily take away from men, but of course it's going to call into their excesses. It's probably going to question their privileges. It's going to require them to sit up, you know, on many fronts. But the soul of it is not a women here and men there, because patriarchy, which is of course what feminism is fighting ultimately. I don't want to get, it's a long conversation to have. It's a long conversation.
But it's fine. It's okay. I get you. Yeah.
I think we're going to have to do like another episode.
Yeah, like a more deep, like a part two of this. So, guys, what do you think?
What do you think about feminism? Yeah, it'd be interesting to, like, if you are not a feminist, like if you are not a feminist, what do you think about feminism? If you are a feminist, how do you think about feminism? What do you hold on to? What's your, once we do this is the goal of feminism? I think it'd be interesting to like hear what people, and we might, the next time we're going to talk about it, we might feed off of, if we get, we're hoping that people will comment too. If we get like response and comment, we might feed off of that
for
the next episode on this subject. All right, thank you very much for sticking around. See you in our
next time.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on post notifications, and follow us on social media.